Ladies and gentlemen and graphic designers, we're going to do lesson 5 of the Photoshop book lessons. We're going to start getting ready for you guys doing your own collage project. So let's get started. Okay, so we got to first off get started by creating the files and folders that we need. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your folder with your name on it. You're going to go into a folder called Creative Computers. We're going to go, this is raster design. We're working with Photoshop, raster document. And we're going to make, if you haven't done so already, you got to make the book lessons folder. And inside here, we're going to make a new folder called Photoshop Book Lesson 5. Alright, so you can see I made this folder called Photoshop Book Lesson 5. We're going to go inside there, and we're going to make a new folder, and we're going to call it Lesson 5 Assets. Okay, and let's see what the spiel says to do next. It says, okay, so we're going to create our new Photoshop document. So we're going to go into Photoshop. By the way, this is the thing we're going to make. It's going to look something like this when we're done, probably a little bit more. But we're going to go File, New. Now, this is important in Photoshop that you start off with the correct settings so that you don't lose quality of your picture. So 8.5 by 11 because we're going to print this on paper. The resolution is 300 because it's going to be printed. And the quality needs to be good, and CMYK because our printer is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, and we're going to click OK. And then we got to save this thing, so we're going to say save as, and we got to save it in our new folder that we just created. So you got to go B Miller. You got to go to Creative Computers. You're going to go into Raster Design, Book Lessons, and then Photoshop Book Lesson 5. It's not an asset. This is the main thing. And we're going to call this something like Photoshop, probably put Photoshop on the front, but the book lesson 5, and we're going to save that. All right, so we started with the document, and when you're doing anything in Photoshop, that's the first step of getting your document correct for whatever the application is. In this case, the application is we're going to print this on the printer. Okay, so now we got to copy all the files out of the lesson 5 folder into your asset folders. What does that mean? That means you're going to go to brianmillershs.weebly.com. You're going to navigate through my website. You're going to find the images you need. You're going to get into, you can see I found Photoshop Lesson 5. And then we're going to download all the pictures. So we don't need the spiel, and we don't need the scoring guide. But the rest of the stuff, we're going to download all this. We're going to download this one. And we're just going to download all these things. And once you get them all downloaded here, so we're going to show these things in the folder. If you look over here, they're in my once you download them, you got to get these things into your folder with your name on it. So here we are in the downloads folder. Right, here's all the stuff. We got to get it in your folder with your name on it. So we're going to click on your folder with your name on it. You're going to go to Creative Computers. You're going to go to Raster Design Photoshop. You're going to go to the Photoshop Book Lessons. There's Book Lesson 5. You're going to grab all this stuff. Oh, no, wait, I got to go one more. We're putting it in the Assets folder. You drag all that stuff into the Lesson 5 Assets folder. Okay, so now we got all of our assets ready to go. Okay, so let's place all the pictures in the project as a separate layer and name each layer accordingly. So what does that mean? Okay, so we're going to go to our Photoshop document. Okay, and now we're going to go to File, and we're going to go to Place. And so we're going to go into our Lesson 5 Assets, and we're going to place the blue background. Okay, and so you can see that it already gave it, that's good, it gave it a good name. So this thing right here, we probably want it to be the entire size of this thing. So let's drag this thing here and here like that and hit enter. So we have a nice blue background that covers everything. Okay, and we're going to keep doing that. File, Place. We're going to get the next one, the letter, and we can see right here that it has a nice name already. Hit enter, and we're just going to keep doing that until you get all of them. Okay, so I went ahead and got them all. So you can see I have all these layers here. I've got the shell, I've got the photo, I've got the paper texture, I've got the letter, and then I've got the blue background right there. So that's good for now. That's the first step. We're going to go File, and we're going to save our project, and we're going to click OK, and that is a good first start for now.